sugar tits. Let's let's get this. You ever been on an episode of Toasty Toes Uncut?
Get it? I'm a piece of human garbage.
Get it? I'm a sleazeball.
That's the crux of this joke.
Okay, let's not do We're not having a repeat of that video.
What if we had just a 4-hour uncut where we just did that?
Where we just made the same joke? That's most uncuts. Most uncuts is us fucking giggling for way longer than is appropriate or entertaining.
Get it?
No.
Could you start the game, please? And
Yes.
Can we not make it Afghan, please?
No, we're not going to do Afghan. We're not going to do Afghan. We got some good stories coming for today because this is our Halloween episode.
Scary stories.
That is right. Let's go to this one.
Sam, remember spooky, scary skeletons?
Oh, unfortunately.
Ha 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 ha.
Ha ha.
I remember in like middle school when like I would like hit the Quan to spooky, scary skeletons with my friend.
You've never hit the Quan in your life.
I couldn't describe you. I could not describe to you what hitting the Quan would look like.
What is hitting the Quan?
Who is Quan?
I punched my friend Juan in the face.
Well, I mean, that sounds like a you problem.
Okay. So we got some scary stuff planned for today.
Yeah.
I'm going TF 141.
All right. I'm going to shit my pants.
TMI, bro.
Why did I say that?
Sam, is there something wrong with you? Are you fucking stupid?
Why are you pooping yourself?
Are you a baby? Shit, I was laughing. Okay.
Are you a baby? We're off to a great start.
This is bizarre so far. Okay, come on. This is not how our uncuts usually start. Usually it's a quiet beginning before the storm.
All right. So what do you want to start with?
All right, we're going to start with the usual. We're going to start with some small stories.
Okay.
So we're going Halloween. We're going horror stories. But what I figured was that public humiliation and embarrassment is a form of horror. So those stories count, right?
In this essay, I will.
So I'm going to tell you about some times recently, since we haven't talked in a while, where I was horribly embarrassed.
Wait, Sam, how do I switch weapons?
Oh my god, this is like the 80th billionth time.
On PC.
You only play on PC.
No, I don't. I don't play at all.
All right, you're not my friend. So what you do is you go escape and you go choose class to change your class. But if you want
not the class, but the weapons.
to change the weapons in your loadout, press 2.
Dope.
Dope.
Among Us.
That's not a word. All right.
I've been waiting to use it for a while.
I've been saving up that joke.
I've been saving up Dope Among Us for like 3 years
That was
now.
all you got.
That was my only joke. I'm not gonna.
No one
say it.
laughed, and you're like, all right, my time here is done.
I am the funniest man alive.
Okay, so
Oh,
this
shit.
was pretty recent. What happened?
I could just run faster.
Oh! So what happened was, so I'm taking this class right now. That's like, it's like an extra literature class where we're analyzing sort of like different forms of poetry, and we had like a unit on like 90s like hip hop and stuff. It's an elective, so it's not like, a serious curriculum.
It's not actually a class.
It barely is a class, but so we went to a special presentation one time where this woman was gonna like be like doing a Q&A, like a panel with some of the kids, because apparently she was like part of the rap scene back in the 90s. Like apparently she like worked for Jay-Z and like
What was her name?
I don't remember her name. She worked for Jay-Z or whatever. And
Okay.
she was like around when Biggie got shot.
Wait, what do you mean
So
around?
I'm like she was there, like at that party. You
Wait,
know how it
what?
happened at like a party.
Oh, okay. She was at the.
Yeah, and but she also like she worked in the rap industry, so she
Yeah,
like
yeah,
knew a lot of these. She knew a lot of these guys, so
yeah.
she was coming to like talk about her experiences and stuff, basically, and like
Okay.
do a Q&A. So I go there, right? Keep in mind, this is in the tiny auditorium,
Oh yeah, I know the one you're talking
the
about.
very same auditorium where you ruined that play,
I ruined that
when you
play.
single-handedly ruined an entire play. I could feel the energy, like
The
when I walked
residual
in.
like embarrassment
I
from
was
that
like,
time.
I was like, shit went down here.
Yeah.
So
Fuck. I don't know the controls. I
come at
can't
me,
move.
bro.
Fuck! I can't fucking move.
I'm a vegetable.
Uh, what? All right. Sorry. Go ahead.
So, so I walk in, and I'm looking for somebody to sit with, because I don't really know a lot of people in that class.
Yeah.
And our boy Tyree is there.
Oh, nice.
So I was like, oh sweet Tyree. So I'm chilling out with Tyree. He's got a fresh yellow do-rag on, and
Yeah.
and headphones on, but they're not plugged into anything. Also over his do-rag. So he's Tyree, dude. Don't fucking diss Tyree.
Dude, he hears the music in his head.
Tyree is a figment of our imagination. No, so this is a very small auditorium.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like anything you do is noticeable, as we know. Like you cannot get away with anything. Like people don't understand how small this room is. Like it might as well be a classroom, right? So I'm sitting with Tyree, and so
Yeah.
after she gives like a speech and she gives like basically an advertisement about her new book, she
Don't
like
do
starts
crack.
yeah, she starts taking questions. And then fuck. And then this one girl like asks a question, and she's like, "Oh, so how would you what did you think about right?" And so she says her question, and then she
Yeah.
says, "Anyone else?" And then
Oh,
the same girl raises her hand again, right? And she's like, wait, what were your experiences with blah blah blah, right?" And she's like, she answers, and then she asks again, and the same girl raises her hand. It's like, "What was your experience?" And Tyree just goes, "Man, shut up!" And
shut up!
like he just said it so loud, and all of like the other guys around us were like, "Whoa, man, that was like really uncalled for." He was just so pissed out of nowhere, and I was cracking up, right? I was cracking up because of how awkward it was, right? And like I didn't want to make it seem like I was like associated with what was like
What had occurred?
like I didn't want to be like the two delinquents, because like she
Yeah,
was
yeah.
looking straight at me because I was laughing, and I was like, no, I'm not a part of this, right? And then
Shut up!
Tyree just kept making fucking he just kept making sounds like
What?
like somebody else asked a question, and they were like, "So what part of Brooklyn were you living in?" And before the guy could finish his question, Tyree just goes like like he just makes a fucking noise unprompted for no reason.
What?
And then he shows me a picture of a minion's ass on his phone. Like a gif of a twerking minion. He's here. So, anyway, I was just like so embarrassed, because like this was such a nice lady to come down and do this for us. It's Tyree just kept being hilarious but obnoxious.
Wow, that's...
That's my first story.
I'm ruined.
I am ruined. I'm scared to ever go in that auditorium.
Just
Something
the
is
most
gonna
cursed
happen.
shit happens there.
Shit goes down in that auditorium.
Where the fuck did you go?
I'm behind you, Sam.
You literally were.
Oh, I literally wasn't.
Well, okay.
All right, you're up. I've got, if you don't remember, because it's been a while, I did write down, I wrote down some stories that you said you wanted to tell. I have a note down here that just says, AVGN Nazi. Do you have an explanation for what that means?
Uh, uh, um, maybe?
What do you think it means? Because this was from like a month ago.
No, I know what story that is, but I don't know if it's Halloween related.
Oh.
It's just really weird.
Well, say it anyway.
Alright, so when I was 9 or 10, I really liked the Angry Video Game Nerd on YouTube. Like I had seen like most AVGN episodes. I think all of them at that time, because this was like a while back. And they were actually really good back then. Or at least I thought they were, because like, I don't know, now they're kind of shit. But anyway.
Damn. You said it, not me.
Anyway. So there... So anyway, there was this episode of AVGN where he did, where he reviewed a bunch of like old games that were based on Steven Spielberg movies. Oh wait, no, he reviewed like, yeah, no, he reviewed a bunch of games based on Steven Spielberg movies, which is a weird theme, but like there are actually like a lot. Like obviously there's E.T., but there's also like a bunch of Jaws games, and like I don't fucking know, like AI, artificial intelligence.
How do you make a game out of that?
That was like kind of the point of the episode, because it was like funny. But anyway, so one of the jokes in that episode was when AVGN, James Rolfe, is when he went through a box labeled Spielberg games, and he looks down and he just goes, Super Schindler's List 3D. And then after he just goes, nah, I'm just kidding. Actually, we're gonna look at this game. So, okay, so when I was 9 or 10, I didn't actually know what Schindler's List was, believe it or not.
Oh my god.
Like I literally just thought it was a completely nonsensical joke. Like I had no fucking clue what Super Schindler's List. Yeah, I didn't know what Super Schindler's List 3D could have been. I just thought AVGN had made something up. So I thought it was a really funny joke because it didn't make any sense. And I thought stinky. I thought like an adult would find it kind of funny, because maybe if I didn't get it, an adult would, and it'd be extra funny because I was like a fucking child.
You're a loser, Sam.
I'm a loser.
Keep going.
So I was at a Christmas party one year, and I knew that none of my family had ever seen AVGN.
You bring this up at Christmas?
But nonetheless, I decided that it would be a good idea to go up to my aunt, make a weird face at her, and say at the top of my lungs, Super Schindler's List 3D! Just like that.
What?
And my aunt just turns to me and goes, there are a lot of things I will laugh at. I will not laugh at the Holocaust. And I was like, what?
The Hall of Cost?
What is that? A commercial?
What? What is that? A commercial?
Five Nights at Freddy's?
Why would the Hall of Cost be? Okay.
So fuck? I keep falling down this ladder. So,
Now you're dead. Now you've been shot to death. Now an
bitch.
armed man killed you.
So yeah, that was my AVGN Nazi.
Well, okay, that was a form of humiliation, so that counts. That's part of Halloween.
Yeah.
If we're putting in embarrassment into the same category.
How embarrassing.
How utterly embarrassing. Speaking of Nazis, Sam,
What?
What?
What is your bizarre
what could
Nazi?
possibly? What is your bizarre?
What is your fascination with bizarre
Sam,
Nazis?
there's literally a Nazi on my bus.
Do I even want to know?
No, but you're gonna hear anyway.
Bet.
Okay, so there's this man on my bus. Okay, I mean no disrespect to this man. Like I'm not like, I don't bully him. Like I don't talk to this man. Like I'm not gonna like bully him about this, right? But this is a story worth telling.
Okay.
So, he's like, okay, Sam, I'm gonna describe to you this man so perfectly. Okay.
All right.
He's got really short blonde hair, almost a crew cut, but not totally.
Okay.
Right. He's got he's got big black square glasses, right? He's
Okay.
got a really like pimply face,
Yeah.
like so pimply.
Okay.
He's got like little peach fuzz hairs around his face because like he's almost growing a baby beard, right?
Yeah.
His lips are kind of like red, like when you lick your lips too much and they get a little bit red.
Ew.
His lips are like that. And he's literally so stinky. Like, like just imagine the stinkiest man. That is him. He's got like, he's just
Stinky.
so stinky. He's just got like a must smell to him 24/7. He
Yeah.
wears the same collared shirt and a MAGA hat every day.
What? What does the collared shirt look like?
It's just like a white collared shirt. I think he's wearing a Donald Trump cosplay every day. No,
Go
and then
ahead.
I was like, okay, this man's kind of stinky, right?
He's a stinky being.
He said Stinky Pete. Alright, no, this guy's name is Stinky Pete now. Right.
Stinky being. Yeah.
No, so okay, so Pete turns around, right? Like this is like my first time on like this bus because I switched my my bus.
Yeah.
So this is like my first time on this bus.
Yeah.
I sit down in a seat and he's in the seat in front of me. He literally just like sits up, like grabs the like back of his seat and turns around and stares at me for like 30 solid seconds. And then just I give him a look and he just goes back. I was like,
Is this with the Trump hat, Sam?
yes, just imagine how horrific this is.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
And then he's like I'm like, what is that smell? Is that him?
Oh my god.
And then Sam, I could see the reflection of his phone in like the window, you know?
Yeah.
Like looking out the window, I could see the reflection of his phone. And his phone background is literally an anime cat girl.
Okay.
I was like, you're an incel,
You're an animal.
you monster.
So did he ever say anything to you?
Well, just besides the time that he stared at me for no reason, nothing really became of it, but
Could you talk to him?
I don't want to. I mean, I don't.
I want you
I
to.
can talk to him. If I ever talk to him, I will update with another story.
Sam, you need to go up to him and say,
I need to go up to him and what? Assault him?
no, you need to go up to him and like, and be like, I voted for Hillary Clinton. And then just see what happens.
What if he grabbed me by the neck and just goes, Coke or Pepsi?
Throwback to the time I almost fucking died.
Throwback. Sam, the other day I was in the shower and I was like, what if you got home one day and the nostalgia critic was in your home in a Nazi costume? And he was making that face where he's like, who, like he's thinking, like his mouth is like slightly open and like his lips are like folded down. He's like, what if you, and he was making that face and he was holding a gun to your mother and he said, Coke or Pepsi?
I would tell him Coke. Like he's probably a Coke man.
Then he would shoot your mother.
He just shoots her regardless.
He just saw the Joker movie.
And he's angry.
Society.
Guys. Society.
No way.
Are there any other stories you wrote down?
Okay, I was just checking. Okay, good one. This is a good one. This one is inexplicable to the point where like my life must be a dream because there's no way that this was an actual event that happened. Okay.
Okay.
It's kind of a short story. There's not much to it, but it's really funny. The other day, I forget his name. The guy who sang Watch Me Whip.
Silento.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, Silento, right? The other day, Sam, he came to our school. And he gave
Sam, what?
a presentation about school shootings. And then sang Watch Me Whip.
Wait, what?
We literally had a presentation out in like the football field, and he was like, remember kids, 3 out of 4 schools will get shot up in the next 28 minutes. Watch me win. Watch me. Seriously, it's not a joke. Look out for your fellow man. Silento.
That's fucking ridiculous.
This is not a joke. That happened. The fact that man was even like in our town.
I'm so at a loss for words right now. Like,
I
were
know.
people making memes?
Yeah. It was all over Snapchat. I'm surprised you didn't see it.
I did not hear about that.
We
no.
had there was like a whole stage. It was actually kind of impressive, but it was just bizarre.
Apart from the fact that it's Silento.
Yeah, it was bizarre. I had to smuggle not really a lot of people wanted to go, and I wanted to leave early, but they were like really tight on security after the riot.
Yeah.
So I had to smuggle Sam C in my car to
What?
escape.
Go, 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 go!
No, me and Sam C concocted a plan to like meet up. We were like, okay, at 9 o'clock, be at the staircase in the east wing, right? We like formed this plan, and then we met. And we like go, 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 go. We like jogged to my car. We just jumped into my car. Sam C just jumped into the back, and we just drove off. And there was like one of the security guards in their like fake cop car like coming after us. We're like, oh, go, 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 go.
Fake cop cars?
You know, they like circled the premises in like a fake cop car.
What? Are you fucking kidding me?
No.
Why do they have a fake cop car?
Because they enjoy illegal activities. I don't know.
That's so dumb. Does anyone think it's real?
No, it's just like a display of authority.
Isn't that fucking illegal?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
It's just like a regular security guard in a cop car. Like, hey, get a class.
I'm gonna shoot you. Like, what? I got a pass. I got to pass gas.
By all means, go ahead. So that that was that story.
That was like, Sam, I don't think you realize how not normal it is when they have fake cop cars.
It's not normal.
But you were just saying it like, yeah, you know the fake cop car they
Well, I
have?
thought you would have known.
No, I don't know anything about our old school.
Okay.
My old school.
Damn. I feel like we've really gotten off track of Halloween.
I feel like all our stories in a way represent fear.
Our channel is just fucking scary.
Ew.
Okay. Now, Sam,
Now.
the time has come. It's time for horror stories. Ooh.
Ah!
Ooh, what is that?
My
A ghost?
dick shriveling.
I'm shivering in my timbers.
Do you have a ghost story, Sam? Or a horror story?
I do. But I feel like I want you to tell yours first, just because I told mine last time we did horror stories. This isn't our first time telling horror stories.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, we told a horror story in the first Uncut, so you might need that for context for my story, because my story like like connects because they all take place in the same like neighborhood.
Cinematic universe.
Yeah, cinematic universe. But I want you to go first this time.
All right.
Let me get no. I want to get in the mood for this. I'm gonna turn off all my lights.
Bet.
I want to get in the spooky mood.
All right.
My lights are off. It is now pitch black.
All right. Gather round, me mateys.
Gather on the. If only we had a campfire.
Yeah, you should like edit one in. Like what's that? What was that? Like Neville does in iCarly when he has the fake campfire.
Wait, Sam. Wait, there's a fire over here. We could just gather around it. There's a burning car.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Okay,
Let's
bet.
just go
It's not
here.
for each other. So okay.
Okay, gather out.
It's in the middle of day.
It's in the middle
So-
of the day. In
So
a terrorist union. Okay.
so my nose. Oh, okay. So. All right.
Stop fucking speaking. you
know what?
mongrel. No.
All right. Yeah. No.
Now
Just
I
come
have to
back.
walk all the way back.
You gotta make the. All right. So I have left the high school Sam goes to, and I am at a new school. It's a boarding school in the New England area, in the middle of nowhere. So it's a heavily forested area, and basically they have a bunch of buildings in kind of a big clearing, and then they have like this little town that's that the school is in, and there's just like a big forest. Oh shit, I have two stories actually. I mean, one of them's not much of a story, but one time I got lost in the woods.
Tell them in chronological order.
Okay, so the first thing that happened was that I got lost in the woods at like 8 o'clock at night on like a Friday. And that wouldn't be that scary, but like it was really dark out, and about like 25 minutes into being lost, I heard these like drums.
What?
And I don't
What do
mean
you
like
mean?
Ringo Starr drums. I mean like boom, 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 boom.
That's fucking scary.
It was, my heart
Were they
felt.
far? You were alone.
I was completely alone at like 8 or 9 o'clock at night,
Sam.
lost, and I heard drums.
Dude, to
And-
think that I was just like at my house playing Legend of Zelda
Yeah.
while you were out in the woods.
Sam, I don't think I've ever been more scared in my life because I was just literally like running through areas of the woods that like had been completely untouched for like years and
Sam, you
like
could have died. Do you realize that, right?
yeah, if I had stayed out there long enough, I probably would have gotten like found eventually. But
Well,
like
yeah.
I accidentally wandered like really far, so I might have yeah, I could have like starved
Like,
to
have you
death or
ever seen
whatever.
Blair Witch Project?
Yeah.
Like that
Yeah, I
could have
know.
happened to you. You could
I
have been
know.
Blair
I was
Witch.
honestly I there was a time when I actually thought that there was going to be a cult that was coming to eat me because the drums were so loud. Like they got
I was
so loud that
legitimately convinced I was going to be eaten on this night.
no, I was legitimately convinced there was something supernatural happening. Like I've never like believed in that entirely, but like I at the time I was just so fucking terrified that I had like no other explanation for it other than that like something was coming and it was like it didn't have good intentions. So
This is scary. This is really freaky with my lights off. I'm gonna be real too.
yeah, so this is like yeah, so this is like some like, you know, fucking like I don't know. Like it's like some like goth like New England gothic shit
Yeah,
like
could have been witch hunters, whatever.
yeah, like H.P.
Witches.
Lovecraft. Yeah. So like oh my god. So I was so scared that I was going through these areas of the woods that had like prickers and stuff. So like my legs and I was wearing shorts too, so my legs were getting like cut to shit and I didn't even notice till I got out of the woods. But
I got a
so,
disease.
yeah, no, it was bad. So I was running through the forest and for about a half an hour there were these drums that like they at times they felt really close, like they were like really fucking loud. Like they were like as if someone who the person who was
Is
banging
this
it
they were
like,
chasing you?
it felt like I was being chased. I actively felt like I was being like watched or
That's so
chased. Or
fucking
something.
scary. What if it was like a naked dude with drums and like a deer head on?
I would have shit my pants.
I would have been dead. You would have
Yeah, I would have
for
been
me.
dead. Like I would just it would have been over. So
Go.
so yeah, at times the drums were like really fucking loud, like deafeningly. Like they felt the people like banging on them would have been like maybe you know like a couple yards away, but at times it felt just like faint and like just sort of like attuned to my heartbeat and stuff, like boom, 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 boom.
Oh, was it your heart?
No, because I remember feeling for my heart, and while it was like you know
Oh,
it
it was
was racing
different? It was
faster than
different?
the drums. Yeah, it was different. Um, they were definitely like you know acoustic like drums that were being banged on by someone. Um, and like I was actually so scared that like I didn't want to go on private property. So when I found these like little
I
houses,
would have. Honestly, I would have gone because if it's a private property, chances are they're like respectable. Like I would have not
yeah,
gone
but
to
Sam, you don't understand. This is an extremely rural area in
Oh.
like Massachusetts. And it's like
Oh.
hours away from anywhere, any city. Like people, whenever I say I go to school in Massachusetts, they're like, "Oh, so you're near Boston?" It's like, no, I'm 3 hours from Boston, 3 hours from New York City, and like,
runs to Boston.
yeah. So I was afraid that I was gonna knock on the door and some old fucker is gonna open the door and be
And
like,
then you're gonna
"What are
just
you
like,
at?"
like you find he has like a hand in a jar, and you're like,
Yeah, exactly. I was
Uh-oh.
afraid. I literally thought I was about to be eaten by anything. So, and all the houses had like they were just giving me weird vibes. But I found this gated community, where all the houses looked the same. And I was so scared that I literally thought it was like this cult compound that I had wandered onto. Um, and I only like so I like found the cult. I found the cult. I found the gated
I
community
found
at first.
Macaulay Culkin naked in the woods.
With a deer head. Fred, I found the ball.
What if the guy with the deer head took off his mask and it was Sam Seed? He goes, Gotti.
He goes, Shani.
He goes, shining like a melody in my.
So, okay. So the first time I found the gated community, I was still hearing the drums. And I didn't see anyone outside or hear anything. It was like literally just silent. And like there was only, and like throughout the gated community, there was only like one window on in each house. Like all the rest of the windows were dark, but there was like one window on in each house, which really freaked me out. And no cars either. So, oh wait, we're on the same team, Sam.
Oh shit! You should change that. Meet back at the car.
Meet back at the car. Meet back at the car. So okay. So the first, yeah. So so once I found the gated community, I was just like, nah, because this is where the cult probably is. I'm gonna just head back.
Most likely.
Yeah, and try to get back to campus. Because originally it was like there was this little
Sam, you
passageway from
dork.
campus that. Oh shit, true. There was this little passageway from campus that like went into the forest. Um, but then the second time I got to the gated community, the drums had like dissipated, like they had fully
Okay,
ended.
so you escaped.
So well, what I did
You
was
left. You left the burial grounds territory.
yeah, yeah. So I went into the gated community. I walked out for about 10 minutes until I found a main road, and then I had no idea where I was. And I was like covered in blood on my legs, and like I probably had a few like little help me, and I was like sweaty as shit and everything, and like and by the way, there was no Wi-Fi out here, so I couldn't contact
Kind of called
anybody.
for help. Shit.
Yeah, no, I was and my phone was like kind of low key about to die anyway, um, so I'm like walking out, and I eventually I put my thumb out to a car, and they're like, and these two people pick me up, and they're just like, "What's up?" And I was like,
What are you doing out this late?
"Yeah," like they were like, "What are you doing out here?" And the wife seemed kind of like
Oh, okay.
disturbed that the guy like took me into the car. Like I literally like I was kind of fucking scared that these were gonna be like the cultists or whatever.
Oh, like they somehow like yeah, that's how it always works in horror movies. Like they somehow
Yeah.
knew you were gonna be there.
Yeah, exactly. And it was like all dark, so I couldn't see his face all that well and everything, and it was the worst. So
He turns around. No, I can't think of a joke. Never mind.
yeah, there are too many options to who it could be. Like it could be literally the
I guess
Siler.
you could say I sort of died. Remember that episode of what was it? Are You Afraid of the Dark? Where the guy's like, I guess you could say, and then he turns around and he's a zombie, and he's like, I sort of died.
No.
Okay, continue.
Bizarre nostalgia critic reference. Yeah, so I got a ride back to like the town, and then my school operates a little shuttle that brings you to the town, where the town in which it's located. So I waited like a little bit for the shuttle to get back to campus, because otherwise it would have been like an hour walk back to campus. And I eventually got back at like 10 or 11, and I had my friend. She had to put bacitracin on my legs to like heal up the cuts, and I still have like the little like
I have the scars.
yeah, I have the I have the scars on my leg.
Everyone's
Like,
gonna
both of
think that you like cut yourself.
Yeah, well, I mean, no, honestly, like they're so big, and like it looks like I would have. I don't. They don't look like self harm. It looks like I
Was
like, fell into
attacked by a
them.
bad.
Yeah, it
guy.
looks like I was attacked as opposed to like it was as opposed to it being like self inflicted. But so yeah, that was probably the worst night I've had in a while.
How did you not like cry?
I was just so scared. I like couldn't even think straight.
Well, I mean, I'm proud of you for not losing your cool and just collapsing and starving to death.
I literally ran for like an hour straight, like off of pure adrenaline, like
Off of pure, I'm going to die if I.
yeah,
don't
I
find
know.
it.
I literally thought I was gonna turn around and there'd be like 50 cultists.
Yeah,
just
I mean,
ready
I've
to
been
fucking
lost
eat.
before, but luckily for me, I've never been lost at night. But I have been lost.
Yeah, yeah. No,
I've
it
been
was-
lost in the woods, but not at night.
Yeah, it would have been bad. And then apparently I found out a little later that there have been a series of like supernatural occurrences on campus.
It's not a good sign.
Like I guess last semester my friend's room, her like door closed like by itself a lot, which is just like a stupid little story, but there's like other shit. But I was talking to two seniors. Actually no, I was talking to like a sophomore and a senior. But they had both been there for, or wait, no. Yeah, no, they were both seniors, so like, and I was a sophomore. So they like explained to me like what the shit they had seen in years past. But like one overwhelming presence was the shadow people.
Excuse me, the what?
So
The shadow people?
the shadow people. So I was talking, and
Sam,
this,
those are African Americans.
We call them African Americans now.
Not shadow people.
Yeah, my campus is just racist.
End
Like
of the
that's it.
story.
There's nothing paranormal. They're just fucking Nazis.
It's all the same Nazi guy.
No, yeah, it's all the kids you met on the bus. Like they just take off their mask and somehow they have the MAGA hat under the rubber mask.
Where was that there? Okay, continue with the
Okay.
real
So
story.
anyway, back to what's relevant. So I was like talking outside with like these two seniors over a weekend. Yeah, and so I was telling about how I had gotten lost in the woods, and this guy was like, well, I've never heard any fucking drums in the forest. That's a new thing. And then he goes to this person, and he's like, I do remember there are other shadow people who live in the forest though.
That's something you just bring up in conversation.
And then my other friend was like, oh yeah,
oh,
those
fucking
guys.
shadow people. Yeah.
Yeah. And like they literally they were just both acting like it was fucking normal. I was like, wait a minute, what? The shadow people?
Excuse me?
And he was like, oh yeah,
You don't know
I've
about the
seen them.
shadow people?
Yeah,
Freakazoid?
And this kid, no, yeah, this kid listed off like 5 or 6 seniors who have all seen the shadow people. And they all like live in the forest and shit. So this guy is like, yeah, so I mean, whenever I'm out late at night, or whatever, you know, I have friends who've seen it, but whenever I'm out late at night, I can often just look, and especially when I'm alone or with 1 or 2 people, I can look to the forest, and out of like the shadows, I can see human figures moving. And once or twice, I've waved at a shadow person, and he's waved back.
That could be easily chalked up to imagination, but that doesn't explain why everyone else would know about it. So.
That's exactly, yeah. And everyone else has seen the same people. Like they're all just shadows of human figures.
Could have been past people who were killed by the drum people.
Yeah,
Like
that's
the souls of the people killed by the
by the drum cult.
the cult of Trump.
The cult of Trump. Wait,
The
Sam, you know what
cult
this?
of Trump.
Do you remember, Sam? This, you know what this reminded me of? Do you remember Drummies from Die of Wimpy Kid?
That sounds really scary.
No, it's not. It was just like in one of the books, Greg Heffley found this brand of chicken wings he really liked called Drummies.
That's terrifying.
All right. Anyway, so
And also irrelevant.
Scary. Yeah, also extremely irrelevant. So, all right. So this guy was like, "Yeah, if you want, like, I could take you to like the spot where most people see shadow people, like tomorrow night." And I was like, "Okay." So then he was like, "Yeah," and
I'll kill you if you
tell you
don't.
about. And he was like, "Yeah, I can tell you about other stuff too that I've seen." So I'm like asleep or whatever, and it's like Saturday, and I just hang out, do some shit during the day, and then at like 9 o'clock to 10, we don't have curfew, so we can just sort of like walk around campus late at night, which isn't a good idea anyway, but some people do it. Like I go hang out with like this guy and his friend who's also seen the shadow people. And we go to this place where it's like this road that leads off campus, but it's like this really long area that's like completely surrounded in woods. And that's where he says the shadow people like are there, like are like most consistently. So first of all, before we go there, wait, what else did he say? Oh yeah, and he said that he also had this friend he saw, like this girl would come out of the woods and talk to him occasionally. And it was always the same girl.
She's part of the cult of Drum.
Yeah, he said it was a figment of his imagination, but like...
Well, he's a psycho. Why are you believing this man?
Yeah, he's a bit of a fucking psychopath anyway. But, and then he also said, or wait, no, I'll just talk about like what we did. So we go to this road, and we walk up and down for about 25 minutes, and like when we enter, this guy says aloud, he goes, "All right, guys, this is Sam. Don't worry, he's chill. You can come out if you want. We're just here to say hi." And like I give a look at the other guy, and like this, he just gives me like this blank stare, like this is completely fucking normal. Um, and so we keep walking, and he goes like, you can see him in the like, the fucking in the lights of some cars after they leave, or like on that little bridge over there over the river. And like 5 minutes in, like he starts like staring into the woods, and the other guy is like also there. Oh wait, we're still on the same team. Fuck. Um.
Oh,
Ooh.
it looks like the Cult of Drum got you.
Damn, shit sucks. So about 5 minutes in, he's like staring into the woods for about 10 seconds, and then he just goes, "Yo, dude," and then his other senior friend like sits next to him, and he's like, "See that?" And that they were like, "Yeah," and he goes, "Yeah, there's a shadow person over there." He's like behind that tree. And then he points to this tree, and now I would just like to say I didn't see shit.
Yeah, I would say only trust your own eyes in this case.
No, yeah, definitely. And he even said, like, "Sam, I'm promising you we're not bullshitting you. Like, even if you don't see it, like, we're seeing whatever we're saying."
Yeah,
we're
but
seeing."
also, like,
He
they're
might
like
be a
two
psychopath.
seniors fucking with the new kid, you know?
No, but, like, I had been friends with them for, like, I just, like, trust me, like, it wasn't that kind of relationship. Like, I'm, like, pretty good friends with them. It would be like, if like you and me in middle school, it'd be like if you tried fucking with me like, in that way.
Okay, yeah, true.
It would like I'm pretty fucking close with these two. It would have just been weird if they had been fucking with me. So whatever they saw, they genuinely believed they saw. And like every 2 or so minutes, like they'd like look around, and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, see him," and then they'd be like,
yeah,
"Oh shit, he's
total
gone away."
shadow person. You can tell from the ectoplasm on the tree stump.
It's just sap.
Just
Sam,
sap.
this story sounds completely bullshit, but I promise you, at the time, I was
the
shitting.
sweat from your brow. Ectoplasm.
See that?
Anyone got a vacuum?
Pretty scary, huh?
Anyway, that'll be $60 for the tour. Wait, what?
What?
Turns out he has a name tag and a badge. It's part of a horror tour.
The horror.
I posed as your friend to get $60 out of you.
$60. So we go
How
back.
is this worth $60? You did nothing. You see that shadow? Yeah. All right, $60.
What are you doing?
Listen, kid, you gonna give me your wallet or not?
He just pulls out a switchblade.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
But however, I would like to say, one night I was locked out of my dorm.
What if your friends were the Cult of Drum the whole time and they lured you to the woods to kill you?
I would scream. That's
Oh,
like literally
that's
a short.
That's a reasonable.
Yeah, I would shit my pants and shriek at the top of my lungs. That's what I would do. That's what you would do too. Okay, so now on that night, this guy explained to me that he feels presences occasionally in the forest. Like he'll be there.
Well, I think this guy's crazy.
Yeah,
You know a
he
lot
is
of
crazy.
schizophrenics, Sam.
No, yeah, this guy is really like not mentally all there. Like he's really smart, but he's not all there. But I mean, the thing is, the people he's friends with and the people who've also seen the shadow people are also like smart, but they're not. They're definitively not crazy. And I think one night I was actually locked out of my dorm, and I mean, what this guy also said to me was that he was like, "Listen, I know this sounds really corny, but you have to kind of let yourself see them. They're like
Okay,
they exist."
yeah, I don't believe it then.
No, but listen, then he's like they exist more toward like the fuzzy side of your field of vision.
Okay, yeah, also known as like you're just seeing something. You're just seeing a blur that's just a shadow and you
I'm not saying I believe in them, but like he's
Yeah.
saying, like humanoid figures. So
Sam, that's two alien grays.
Sam, okay,
What?
but listen,
That's
like,
my
this is-
grandma.
she, She's gray.
What?
No, Sam, this, like, honestly, this was, like, scarier than when... Or it wasn't scarier, but it felt more plausible to me than, like when I was really scared in the forest.
Well, yeah, I guess after your forest experience, you would kind of believe it.
No, yeah, and this guy was like,
And
you know, I don't
the
know if...
forest experience does add a lot of credibility to this as well.
I don't know what's wrong with the forest, but I haven't been there in a while.
I wouldn't go back. I would not
Yeah,
go
I
back.
know. I had one of the worst experiences in my life there, and people just generally go out there and smoke weed, and it's not fun. I used to go a lot, like last couple semesters, but I have not
So
returned.
people go there, do drugs, and claim to have seen shit.
No, Sam, no. No, this guy doesn't even smoke weed. He just, like, whenever he's out for a cigarette, like, he just...
A cigarette? What is he, fucking stupid? It's 2019.
Juuls, Sam. People Juul a lot, but seniors tend to just smoke cigs. Anyway, one night I was locked out of my dorm, and I was feeling really panicked, and out of the corner of my eye, I saw, like, a human figure in the form of, like, this black shadow for a second. And then my friend let me in with his card, and that was it. I don't know what I saw, but I saw, like, a black humanoid figure. It wasn't just an African American student. It was a shadow, and I don't. And what the guy said to me was that, like, he's like, I don't know if they're real or not, but they're material agents in the world. Like, I wouldn't be telling you about them if I didn't see shit.
I guess.
So I don't know. I don't fucking know, Sam.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to prove
It's up there for debate.
It's just a spooky story. That's all. Like, you can't admit it's not kind of fucking spooky.
No,
I
it
know,
is a
like,
bit spooky.
Eight people who have all seen shadow people.
Yeah. No,
and then-
good story, Sam.
Yeah, solid effort.
No, the getting lost in the woods story was actually really freaky. So, good job with that one.
Well, yeah, because you've probably gotten lost in the woods before, but you've never had someone look you in the eyes and say, "I have seen shadow people."
Yeah,
in the
that's true.
forest."
No, that's true. Getting lost in the woods is more relatable
Yeah.
and more of like a realistic fear.
Yeah, no. And if you knew these guys, you would know they're not that crazy. But, like, I don't know. Like, and I knew this guy was like, yeah, I mean, for a while I thought it was psychosis, but, like, I don't have that. And, unless
gets diagnosed with psychosis.
everyone who has seen shadow people has been diagnosed with psychosis.
Sounds like a cover up to me.
They cover up as a shadow.
We're covering up the cult of Drum.
Yeah,
We
but
have
then
to expose that.
and then this guy was like, you know, this girl I see occasionally, like, I just talk with her. She has a green hoodie and she has, and
What the fuck?
occasionally I've heard her talk with the shadow people.
That was so
and they
weird.
like speak in this language I
glitched.
can't understand. And did you also glitch?
Yeah. Sam, they know we're talking about them.
The shadow people.
The cult of Drum is hacking the mainframe.
It's the girl.
What if the cult of Drum is just a bunch of people in anonymous masks? All fear is just gone.
They're just, yes, hello.
The time has come.
Gamers rise up. Just-
Shadow people rise up.
What was I gonna say?
I don't know.
Yeah, well, now I walk around my campus and I feel more fear.
A general sense of fear while I am living.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
And so that's basically it. I mean, my campus is pretty fucking haunted. I don't know. It's like
Yeah.
it
Pretty
feels
freaky.
pretty.
Freaky
It feels
stuff.
pretty fucked up. Especially the forest. That's basically it. Oh yeah, and this guy also feels an evil presence in the forest. I don't know what the fuck. Like, no, and then after we hung out outside the dorm a little bit while they were smoking cigarettes and
I contracted popcorn lung instantaneously.
yeah.
No, I turn on your webcam and it's Skype and you're just hooked up to one of those tube things. You're 85.
I'm naked.
What?
Popcorn.
I'm naked.
I'm naked.
Okay, Sam.
I'm naked.
All right, my turn.
My turn.
My turn. Here we go. Okay, so I'm no stranger to horror stories. Recently a new one happened.
Oh.
But I also just wanted to give like a quick chronologue of all the previous ghost stories set in in my neighborhood, just because there are so many. I want to give like an actual chronologue of what happened. Um, Elizabeth Mystery is first on the chronology,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
followed by the Warlock stuff. That happened
a
shortly
warlock.
It's a warlock. The Warlock happened shortly. It all happened within like the same summer. And sometimes things carried over. Like the Elizabeth Mystery, like the end happened after the Warlock stuff, but for the sake of keeping it simple, Elizabeth Mystery like started first. Like that started. Then came the Warlock story.
Yep.
Then, do you want to tell the story of the psycho?
What?
Do you remember the psycho who chased us with a baseball bat? Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
Okay, this is gonna be good because we were both there.
Actual psycho.
Okay, this is a good story to tell because we were both there.
He was a psycho.
He was mad. Okay. I'll turn my lights back up
Good.
because I'm too spooked. Okay.
You're too fucking spooked.
Okay, here we go. So what were we doing?
I have no fucking idea.
We wanted to go change teams, you moron. We wanted to go on. Damn, I didn't know I insulted you that bad. Just fucking die.
Wow.
We wanted to go on some sort of an adventure. I think that was the motivation behind this story.
Yeah.
And like recently me and CJ had found a really cool path through the woods. Which actually, coincidentally, is like when we were like, figuring out that path, like when we were mapping it out, is when me and him got lost. Oh wait, no, it was you, wasn't it?
Sam, I don't remember.
Okay.
This was literally
I,
years ago.
I got lost along that path at some point in my life. Okay. Because we were trying to like figure out new routes to like get around and stuff.
Yeah.
And Sam and I took you on the route one day once we had it already figured out, right? I remember I stepped on a bee's nest one time. It was like a whole thing. Yeah, it was like a whole fucking trek. Like you had to like cross a wood bridge. Do you remember that?
I remember that. Yeah.
You had to like cross a bridge that we made out of planks across a river. And then you had to like climb down like a small rocky like mountain thing, like hill. So it was super crazy. But then we ended up in this guy's driveway, right? And we came out the end of his driveway and we couldn't figure out where to go because we were just on a road and we had no idea where we were. So we were like, okay, how do we get back? So we tried like Google mapping it, right? But there was like barely any Wi-Fi because we were so far away from my house. So you're like, shit, okay, let's just go back the way we came. We'll do this another time. So we tried going back the way we came, only for the man to pull into his driveway at that time. And he rolls down the window. It's like, what are you boys doing? Good afternoon, sir. we were just and like we tried to like explain ourselves. Like we tried to explain that we were exploring the woods and we had gotten lost. And he was like, "Well, find your way home now." And I was like, "No, no, no, you don't understand. Like, we don't know how to get home." And then he was like, "How could you not know how to get home?" And we were like, "Well, we know how to get home through your backyard. Like his house was like up against the river, right? That we crossed with the plank." So he was like, no, you're not going through my property." I was like, "Well, sir, we kind of have to, right?" And then like, and then he goes, I was like, "I'm sorry, but we don't have a choice." And he goes, Sam, what does he say?
Well, you could have asked me.
Which makes no sense. First of all, we are asking you right now. Second of all, how would we have asked you beforehand? We don't know who you are. Second of all, you weren't even here. And it makes no sense. So at that point, we started giggling. And then because we started giggling, he assumed we were troublemakers. And he was like, "All right, I know what you guys are up to. No way." Right? And he like parked in his garage. And we were like, "Shit." We were like, "Well, we have to get back, right?" So we decided that we were gonna sneak. We were gonna sneak through his fucking thing. So like we went around the back of another house and tried to like sort of like snake our way towards where we would have come in, in his backyard. And this man comes out of his garage with a metal baseball bat.
Not like a wiffle bat.
A metal bat. And he starts literally like doing the fucking cliche thing where he pats it on his hand. He starts walking around.
Yeah, I heard the pat in the woods.
And it turned into a video game side mission. Me and Sam crawled through the river trying not to get spotted by this man who was going to kill us.
Yeah, I don't think it's sunk into like my 12-year-old brain that like if this guy found us, he like a metal
Fucking
baseball
beat
bat
us
will
to death.
fucking kill you. Like
Yeah, like
I don't think he properly like whispered to me that he had a metal baseball bat. All I heard was he's here.
that's so scary.
Like I didn't realize he had
"He's
like a
here,
weapon on him.
He's here. And we had to like crouch down.
Yeah.
And then like we ended up like he almost like I think he spotted us, right? And
Yeah,
so
no, he did.
We ended up like snaking like to another person's house. So we were
Yeah.
like hiding under this person's porch. Do you remember that?
Oh shit, yeah.
We were like hiding under this person's porch. Dude was fucking on the porch above us, like, dude. Oh shit!
Don't make a noise.
Literally scary. And then
Psychopath.
and then yeah, luckily we got away. We just once we made it across the river, we were pretty much home free. So we just sort of ran back as fast as we could.
Yeah, no, that was
But I remember him like yelling.
nonsense.
Yeah. For context, he was like a middle-aged man,
Yeah, he wasn't like a military.
but he was not like I feel like he might have been a nom.
Oh yeah, he could have totally been a nom.
Yeah.
Well, you could have asked me.
It made no sense. But it was also so freaky how he went from being like slightly polite to crazy.
Just straight up planning to murder us.
Yeah. But it was like the snap happened. Like as soon as he said, "Well, he could have asked me," and we laughed at him, it's like that's when he snapped.
No, yeah, and when he went away for a bit, like when he drove in his hot driveway, we just sort of looked at each other like, wait a minute.
Wait, what did
You
you
could
just
have
say?
asked.
Does that make
What?
sense?
Like I
Did
felt
you
like it was
hear that?
it was like too fucking stupid to be believed, but it actually happened.
Yeah. He might have had like split personality because like he switched so suddenly, but He's literally a psycho.
Psychopath. It was like a nice house too.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't the best on the street, but it wasn't
Yeah,
horrible.
no. Yeah. It wasn't
Anyway.
like you would think like a psychopath lived there.
Yeah, but it's like he was also the only car.
Oh.
So that just, I don't know, shows you. Might
He
been,
just he just
he just sits in his house with a baseball bat all day,
waiting.
waiting for little boys
Oh my god.
to beat to death. Anyway.
Well,
Okay, so that happened shortly after the Warlock story. For context on the Warlock story, last year's Halloween special it explains everything on that.
yeah.
Then after that was the cult story.
Oh yeah.
The stuff with, yes, there's another cult.
We have two
Arch rivals of the Cult of Drum. They rap battle occasionally. So, and then comes the burning of the church
Oh, true.
and the newest story. Okay, so this
Yeah.
is the new story.
Mm-hmm.
So one time, this was actually, how recent was this? Okay, this was over this past summer. Okay.
Okay.
Like my mom is telling me some story about the house that is neighbors to the church that the Elizabeth, quote unquote, Elizabeth body was hidden in.
Yeah.
This is the house next to it, right? Apparently, that house used to be owned by the star of a very famous black and white comedy TV series, I Love Lucy.
Oh.
The star of actually lived there in that house, or one of the stars. I don't want to say who because I don't want, I don't want the ability to like track it down, right?
Yeah.
But one of the stars lived in this house.
Yep.
And apparently she died in that house, right? Or she had lived there her whole life. I don't know if she actually died physically in the house, but she was like living in the house when she died,
Yeah.
if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And she had lived there for a really long time.
Yeah.
New family moves in, and the new family reports hauntings. And not average hauntings. I'm talking about the crazy hauntings. The hauntings where the ghosts physically hurt you. I'm talking, they were telling stories of being shoved down the stairs. They were like just being clawed at randomly, physically hurt. And apparently it got so bad that they called in an exorcism.
Oh
And
my.
it was crazy because there was like all this like vans and stuff around the house, and like our street never gets that kind of like publicity or population. Like it was on the news. It was really crazy. So yeah, they had an exorcism, and it was like weird.
Sam, is this the house that we had the whole thing at?
No, that's different.
Wait, so what house is this?
The house with the warlock is a different house.
Sam, you're just repeating stories. Like, I'm just asking, what house is it?
This house is the house that's directly to the side of the church that the Elizabeth body was hidden in.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh, shit.
So short and sweet. That's what I got.
Wow.
Yeah, freaky stuff.
I don't know what to say to that. I don't like the fact that I was really close to that house.
Me neither. I'm still close to it.
At this moment.
At this moment, I could.
The shadow people. The cult of
There's a
Trump.
guy, there's a fat man in an anonymous mask in my home. Okay.
You could have asked me.
All right. Well, I've got one more embarrassing story to close this episode on.
Okay.
This epic Halloween episode.
You want to start a new game?
Yeah, that's what I'm about to do. Let's start it on. Let's go here.
Famaroni.
Let's go here. Let's go here. So, this one's actually more funny. But I wasn't the one being embarrassed, but I was very uncomfortable and very awkward during this. This happened last this happened last school year. So that means that it was almost 2 years ago at this point.
Yeah.
So, well, at the time of recording this. So I had to take a health class because they force every kid to take 2 years of health, right? And so I was like the oldest kid in this class, right? Or practically like one of them, right? Like there was like barely any kids who I really knew. And it was just so boring, but luckily the teacher was like really chill. So we had like a pretty good relationship, and like I didn't really have to do a whole lot of work.
Oh, I know this class.
Yeah, don't say his name.
Yeah, I know.
Joe. So then
Chode.
Chode. Chode strikes again. So
Good.
then one day a strange man walks in. And Sam, I'm not even kidding you right now. This man looked like Jase Onfroy. Like, I'm not even
okay.
saying that as a joke. I mean, he is like the spitting image of Jase Onfroy,
Okay.
right?
It's his ghost.
Oh no! No, not that accurate. But you know, he looks like Jase Onfroy.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
and he's not in this class, right?
Yeah.
He just takes a marker and starts writing something on the board. And everyone is really perplexed, so everyone goes silent. Everyone's watching him, right? Everyone's like, who is this guy? Who is this guy? He turns around. He points at what he wrote on the board. It just says, who am I?
What?
And we go, I'm like, I'm gonna come up with a fake name for him. Let's say that, okay, let's just say his name is Ja, right?
Ja.
Like somebody who knows him says like, you're Ja. And he goes, no, I'm God.
What?
Everyone's like, what? What? And he goes, and he like starts pacing and he's like, so, if I am God, then who is the devil?
What?
And everyone's silent. What? What?
Jeez.
And then he goes, then he just starts writing questions on the board. He goes, I got a couple questions for you guys. All right? And he writes
What's 2 plus 2?
He writes on the board, what's life? Then he writes on the board, where do dreams take place? And then he says, if the sun lights up the world, what lights up dreams? And then
What? What? Wait, was the teacher just allowing this hat to happen?
I look at the teacher, and the teacher I'm like, what? And the teacher just kind of shrugs at me, like he just goes, I don't know. And then he writes, and then he like erases all of them, and he just writes on the board, what's Babylon? The city of Babylon.
That is so perplexing.
And then he just goes, and that's all I got for today, and leaves. And I talked with the health teacher afterwards, and he's like, no, yeah, that guy's got some problems. And I was like, oh.
What problems would you have for that?
I don't know, But later he was like near me while I was talking with the health teacher like another day, and he just looks at me and he just goes, "You have good energy, man. I like you." I'm like, "Oh, thanks." So I don't
Fuck.
I mean I don't dislike the guy. He's just very strange. So that was the story of the time I got visited by Jose Hanfroy's ghost.
In health class. Jose Onfroy.
Yeah, that's his name.
Ja, what are you doing here? I
But
thought you hooking up with my ex-wife.
Ja wouldn't.
Ja wouldn't. Ja.
And with that, that's all we got for
Yeah.
today's Halloween special Toasty Toes Uncut.
What is Babylon, though?
Really though, at the end of the day,
What is Babylon?
I don't know. Okay, that's it. We're
You
done.
could have asked me.
Well, you could have asked the Babylonians, you know. Asked the Balonies.
The Babylonies.
What if there was a cult of fat guys in anonymous masks called the Cult of Baloney? Okay, that joke was stupid, so we're done.
Baloney. You're full of baloney.
All right, Sam, that horror story was full of baloney. All right, we're done.
Yay.
Happy Halloween.